It was a tough first half, and we didn't really gel together as we were supposed to in the second half, and I think that's what made us fall short.
How about your acclimation to the offense? This being your third game, first one here at the arena. How do you feel you're progressing in the offense?
I feel like I'm progressing pretty well. Shot's still not falling, obviously, but it's only up from here. We live to play another game.
When you're a shooter, though, I mean, you know the shot will be there. I mean, your resume says
Absolutely. Short memory. Got to have a short memory. My mentality, the next shot is always going in. It doesn't matter to me.
What was he from the floor? I thought he was 3 of 5 at halftime, wasn't he?
He was, yeah, at halftime.
What did he end up?
He was 3 of 8 at one point.
You didn't make a shot in the second half?
3 of 8 finished.
I must not have got him good ones then. That's probably my fault.
Rashad, what do you guys do to circle the wagons for Saturday?
Just come together. Obviously, in practice, we have to compete a little harder. Be a little bit more vocal. We got caught up, confused a lot on the defensive end. So communicating and, like I said, just competing in practice should prepare us for the next one.
Any other questions for Rashad? Thank you, Rashad. Go ahead, Coach. Opening statement.
You can go. Well, Rashad, you want the water? Obviously this is a really, really, really low point in our basketball history. And to lose for a second time at home by 30 points in league play, the first time you can say, oh, that team had a great game and they're real good in that. And UIC played extremely well, but, we just handed them the ball at the beginning of the game to get them going. We just handed them the ball. And we battled back. I thought the last 5 minutes of the first half we did a great job of battling back. Thank you. And we came out, cut it to 11, and we came out, and Lampman, who did not have one of his better nights, busts a 3, cuts it to 8, and we got to go down and get a stop. And we have a pretty decent possession of defense, and then a guy flat out leaves Tarkus Ferguson, just left him. Went off on his own, left him, and he made a 3, and the floodgates opened, and that was it. And we did not have energy. We did not, it's the first time that we've come out in league play in a game like this. Even the games, the 2 games here that we'd lost to Northern Kentucky and to Wright State, it was Northern Kentucky was 50-50 with a few minutes to go, and Wright State was 19-18 with 7 minutes to go in the first half. I mean, they just came out from the beginning and took it to us, mainly by taking it from us. And at halftime, our turnover rate was 30%, which is about normal. And like I told them after the game, we had 43 points with 3 minutes to go in the game at home. And I don't care who you're playing, it's going to be tough to win if you've got 43 points with 3 minutes to go at home in a league game. So as bad as our defense was today and as good as they played, our offense was pathetic, and you can blame me for that.
Coach, what about, 15 turnovers on 19 field goals made? You can't win.
Well, it's who we are. This is not the first time that we've had 15 turnovers, or maybe it's every time. It's basically 30% of our offense, and we talk and we talk and we talk and we practice it, and I gotta find better ways, and the personnel's not going to change, so we've got to change maybe some of the ways that we have got Brad bringing the ball up the floor a lot now, especially against pressure, and I think that's helped us some. But the chippy little turnovers that the guy with the ball's being guarded and makes a pass and throws it, the guy guarding him bats it away. I mean, those are tough ones. They lead to runouts. We had one when we had cut it down to, I think, 11 again, with about 12 minutes to go or so. Lampman threw it into the post, and they just stole it and went down, and then the dunk fest started. And, those turnovers we've got to fix. If we're going to find a way out of this hole we're in, we've got to fix that stuff.
How drastic does that get, in terms of what you change up, what you do? Do you leave no stone unturned? Are there some basic things that you'll run off of?
Well, we're caught a little bit in a catch-22 in that if we change too much, we're doing it for the benefit of this year, and that might hurt us long term in the rebuild with all those young players, with all those freshmen and sophomores. So I don't want to do too much of that because, it doesn't look like we're going to win the league championship. I think we got a pretty good idea we're not going to. So, do we want to, stop it and try and win as many as we can, or do we want to get better and get the players better and make them do things properly the way that they need to be done? And, we've got Brad bringing it up, but, the way to change that for the future is go out and get a player that can beat the press. We've had a lot of great point guards here, and we've got to go out and get another one. And that'll be able to beat the press next year, or if we can get one next year. So this year we've got to come up with a way to beat it. But, just the basic offense and things like that, to put in something that you're not going to use just to be able to survive and win a couple games I don't see that happening at all, Neil. I see us just, trying to get better. Trying to get better at what we do.
Coach, 4 minutes, or up until 4 minutes left, and the only 4 players that scored for Oakland, was that kind of a scheme thing? Was that just players turning to their best guy, or was there a design there?
Well, we were down 25 points or so like that, so it wasn't something I was paying attention to. The 4 that scored would probably have been Brad, X, Rashad, and Blake.
Yeah.
Well, Trey didn't score.
Trey didn't take a shot, or he took 1 shot.
Oh, yeah, he traveled on one he took. Yeah, obviously we probably need him to score for us, but when you only have 43 points, there's not a lot of guys scoring. I really don't know how to answer the question. I know that we took the same amount of shots they took. They made 33 of them, and we made 19 of them. That's probably why you lose by 30.
Coach, have you ever seen like a line of dunks like that before? You got 3 in a row?
Well, we contributed it to it by trying to put some pressure out there and trap them and press them, and obviously that allowed that to happen. So they got good athletes and they've got good players. So yeah, we set them up for that by trapping in that, and we got a bunch of loose balls that we didn't get to that they got to, and then threw it up to the top. So. And Babatunde, and a couple of them left the basket, and we talked to them about not leaving the basket and things like that. So, but that's who they are. We knew that. They're a very athletic team.